Hello and welcome back to Simplicity in Peak channel. Over the past few videos, we have really been talking about how to start a conversation, the mistake that really push people away, and then how to keep a conversation going. But today, I want to answer a question that is even more bigger. Okay, have you ever met someone who isn't the loudest person in the room? The person is not even the funniest person in the room, and the person is not even the richest person in the room. But guess what? Somehow, everybody really enjoys talking to them. And so the question that often comes to mind is this: what really makes people to like the person so much? The answer is not luck. And it is not even because they were really born with some sort of, magical personality, but it is rather because they have really developed simple habits that now make other people to feel comfortable, to feel respected, and even valued whenever that they are really around them. But guess what? I have a good news for you. And the good news is this: these their habits can really be learned. And that is why in today's video, I want to really be sharing with you the 10 simple habits of people that everyone really loves talking to. Okay, now let us begin properly. The first habit that they make is they make people to feel important around them. And so when they talk to you, they give you their full attention. They are not looking over your shoulder at all to see if there is someone else in the room. They are not even checking their phones every few seconds or minutes. And that is why, for those few minutes or moments, you feel like you really matter when you are around them. And that is exactly why people never, forget how you made them to feel. Okay? The second habit that they have is they listen more than they ever speak. Many people think that being a great communicator really means that you should always keep on talking a lot. But in reality, it doesn't work that way. Okay? And that is exactly why the people that we always enjoy or love talking to are often those people, who make us to feel heard because they often listen carefully to us. They don't interrupt us when we are talking, and they don't rush your story when you are telling them. They always let you to finish whenever you are talking to them or whenever you are telling them something. Okay? The third habit is that they are genuinely curious. Instead of, trying to impress everyone, they really enjoy learning about people. And this singular reason that they do now makes them to always ask, thoughtful questions. And so they pay, a close attention to the answers. And their curiosity is always real. And so people can feel it. And that is why they love being around them. The fourth habit that they have is they smile naturally. A genuine smile can really make someone to feel welcome before a single word is ever spoken. Okay? You don't need to smile every second in your discussion, but a warm, natural smile really makes the conversation to feel a little more easier and even more relaxed. Now, the fifth habit that they really have is they remember small details. Maybe you mentioned an interview while discussing with them, a family event, or a personal goal. You see, the next time that they see you, they ask you, how did it go? And that simple question really tells you that, oh, I remembered. And that makes people to feel valued. Okay? The sixth habit is that they don't make every conversation to be always about themselves. We have all met people in our life at one point or the other who somehow often turn every topic, back to their own life. And that is just because they felt their own story is worth hearing more than anyone else's story. But the people that everyone really loves or enjoys talking to know exactly how to, create the balance. And that is why they share their experiences, but then they also make room or create the room for yours to come into in the discussion or conversation. Okay? The seventh habit that they have is they don't judge too quickly. People feel safe around them because they don't immediately, criticize you, laugh at you, or dismiss someone else's opinion so fast. And so at this point, let me share with you a personal experience on what I just told you right now. There is this particular person that is so dear to me, but whenever we are discussing, I came to realize that I will listen to this person attentively, and then the person will finish talking. And so when I want to give my own opinion about the subject matter that we are discussing, guess what? Immediately, the person will start condemning me because my own opinion is not the same or exactly with the person's own opinion or point of view concerning the subject matter. And so it is so annoying to me because I feel that everyone has the right to see anything at all from any angle. And so because this person is always wanting me to always see things from the person's own perspective, the truth is this: right now I do not feel so comfortable anymore, talking to the person again. Now they understand that listening does not always mean agreeing to the subject matter in the discussion, and that makes them unique. And so sometimes it simply means showing respect. Okay? The eighth habits that they really have is they make people to feel comfortable. They don't pressure people to be perfect. They don't embarrass others for making mistakes. And so their calm attitude really helps others to be more relaxed around them. And relaxed people usually have better conversations, isn't it? Of course, yes, it is. Now, the ninth habit that they really have is they are positive without pretending that life is perfect. They don't complain about everything. They don't spread unnecessary negativity around. Instead, you know, they always bring encouragement, they always bring hope, and then balance into the conversation. And that really makes, people to always want to be around them because they feel refreshing and not exhausting when they're around them. Okay, the 10th and then the final habit that they have is they leave people feeling better than they ever found them or met them. Maybe through their encouragement, maybe through their kindness, and maybe simply because they always give a listening ear. it now makes them to always understand that something that is very important. And what is that? Every conversation is an opportunity, for you to leave someone a little happier, a little stronger, or a little, more hopeful. Now, I want you to really notice something. None of these habits that we have discussed today in today's video really require you to be famous. None of these habits that we have discussed today in today's video really requires you to be a wealthy person. None of these habits that we have really discussed in today's video require you to have a perfect, personality. But the truth is this: all of the habits that we have really discussed in today's video, they all simply require you to, be consistent in practicing them. And so you do not have to change who you truly are. But what you just have to do is really for you to just become a little more intentional in what you are doing. So here is your challenge for you this week. Take it seriously, okay? Choose, just one of the 10 habits that we have discussed fully in today's video, and not all of the 10 habits. I am damn serious when I say this, because all you just need to make is just one of the 10 habits. You don't need to do all of them at a time. Okay, and so the one that you pick, you keep on practicing that one habit that you have choose out of the 10 habits every single day. For example, maybe it is you actually listening to people from now henceforth without you always interrupting them whenever you are having a conversation or a discussion with them. Okay, maybe it is just for you to always keep on, remembering something that someone has really told you, during your conversation or discussion with them. Okay, maybe it is just for you to put your phone away during your conversation with someone or people. You understand what I'm trying to say? It is very important for you to always focus on one of the 10 habits until it becomes natural in you. Then you can now move on to the next habit until you complete the 10 habits and they will be part of you. Are you really aware that when you keep on doing small habits repeatedly and then consistently, it is really going to, create big changes that will be so visible for you and then even others to start seeing in your life? If you've been following this communication series that we are on in this channel, then you have already learned how to start a conversation, how to avoid common mistakes, how to, keep conversations flowing. And now you've learned the habits that, really make people genuinely, to enjoy talking to you. Okay, communication is not you actually becoming someone else, but communication is, about you becoming the best version of yourself. And if, today's video really helps you, then I love you to give this video a like, share this video, and then subscribe to Simplicity in Peak channel, because every week here in this channel, I share practical lessons, that really has what it takes, in helping us to build our confidence, strengthen our relationships, and then make us to grow into being wiser and then kinder people that everyone will really love to talk to. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and always crest, you know, what I am about to tell you right now in your subconscious mind, that people may not always remember every conversation that you have really had with them, but they will never forget exactly how you made them to feel during or after they had that conversation with you. I am going to miss you. In short, I am already missing you right now. But then I will see you again in my next video. Stay tuned, okay?